The Joker, the clown prince of crime, one of the greatest villains of all time. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 greatest Joker statues ever produced. That's up next. It's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, your Dark Knight of Collecting, and welcome back to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. I'm so glad that you're back with us today because today we're going to be celebrating my all-time favorite villain of all time. That, of course, is the Joker. You can tell we're going to be celebrating because I've got the green light on back here, which means we're going to be focused on the Joker the entire video. And again, if you spend any time on this channel, you know how much I absolutely love the Joker. My favorite villain of all time. I love all the different aspects of the character. I love how many different versions there's been of him. And I can't wait to talk about the Joker today. So what we did not too long ago, I had a video and it was called the top 10 greatest Batman statues of all time. A very, very popular video, and it was popular because it was voted on by you guys. You guys voted in the Facebook group and chose your favorite statues. Now, we did the exact same thing with the Joker, and I'm really excited because if you visited our Facebook group, and that's Batman Statue Collector Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles, you had the opportunity to vote as well. And if you didn't get a chance to vote and you're not a member, please join us. I would love to have you as part of the Brotherhood. So anyway, what we did is I wanted to get a top 10 list going, okay? And I let everybody pick their top 5, their favorite Joker statues. Now, there hasn't been as many Joker statues over the years as there has been Batman. Of course, we all have to hear that complaint all the time about there being too many Batman statues. But there have been some incredible Joker statues within the last even 5 years, the last decade or so. Incredible statues. I own some of them. I know some of them are not out yet, and I know that it was kind of a complaint with the last video. How can we vote on these because they're not out yet? I will say that the ones that are not out yet, I know they're going to be incredible because I know that these companies are making just incredible final product. You know, they are taking the prototype, and in many cases they're as good, if not even better than the prototype. So I know that some of these top picks, even though they might not be out yet at the filming of this video, I definitely have confidence that they are going to, in hand, be just as good. So I've got my top 10 list. We're going to do it just like the last video, and we also, of course, as we get to number 1, we're going to have some honorable mentions as well. So definitely check that out. So we're going to start out with number 10. And number 10 had only 10 votes. So some of these didn't get as many votes. But number 10 did get 10 votes, and that was the Dark Knight Sideshow Ledger Joker. And this one was kind of a surprise for me because it is a great piece. It's really fun. But it hasn't got a ton of support from the community, and I think that's maybe why it only got 10 votes. It is a great statue, and it definitely represents the character. You guys know that the Dark Knight Joker, the Ledger Joker, is my favorite Joker of all time, and so I am very intrigued by this statue. Are there other companies that might do him better? Yes. Do I own one that I love? Yes. But I think it's still a great piece. I love the pose from that famous jail cell scene where he is clapping when Gordon comes in. And so I think this is a great option for collectors. I think it's a fun piece. And so I'm really glad it did make the top 10 list because it is a cool Joker. Is it my favorite Joker? No. There are definitely better ones out there in my opinion. But I still tip my hat to Sideshow for putting it out because it's a cool piece. Okay? So we're ready for number 9 next, and number 9 is the Prime 1 half-scale Ledger Joker. So back-to-back Ledger Jokers. This one had 20 votes, so it doubled the votes. And I owned this piece. It is a phenomenal piece. It is one of my funniest videos of me trying to put on all the clothes, which was hilarious that you had to do that. But I get why Prime 1 did it. But it's a fantastic piece. It's half scale. Half scale is not my favorite scale. I felt like it was just a little bit too large. However, I've seen a lot of collectors that only collect half scale, and man, they look so great together. But of course, the head sculpt is what really does it for me on this piece. It was a phenomenal head sculpt. Some people said it looked a little tired. I could see that maybe. I wish that maybe Prime 1 had done a second head sculpt on that particular one, but it's still a really amazing piece. And if you ever have a chance to see it in person or even to pick it up, I highly recommend it. It's an expensive piece. It usually retails like $1,600 to $2,000. I paid $2,000 back in the old days. I don't even know what it's going for right now, but I'm really glad it made the list because it is a great, great Joker piece. And I tip my hat to Prime 1. They did a phenomenal job on that one. Okay? Let's go to number 8 with 21 votes, so only by one more vote. It was very close, but this is the OG Sideshow bust, and it's that one right back here. It is a phenomenal piece. You guys know how much I love it in my collection. It is so much fun, so incredibly creepy. It is not for everybody. It is a piece that is terrifying if you were not expecting it, or if you were in a dark, shadowy room and you turn on the light and you see that face, you know. It's not for everybody, believe me, but I love it. I absolutely love these busts. That's why it's remained in my collection for so long. I've thought about changing out this collection over time, but at the end of the day, this collection is amazing, and that Joker is absolutely amazing as well. If you ever have a chance to pick it up, I highly recommend it. I know that there's been other Joker busts since, some really great pieces as well, but this one, I just feel like it takes the cake. The only nitpick that I had was I wish that it had a longer chin. I think that would have made it a little bit more comic accurate. This is more like a real person, which again makes it even creepier, but what an amazing pick at number 8. All right, guys, so now we are ready for number 7 here, and number 7 had 23 votes, and it is the Queen Studio Dark Knight Joker. So it's another Dark Knight Joker. It's amazing how many Dark Knight Jokers made this list, but again, it's the best Joker of all time, so what's not to like, right, guys? But again, this is from Queen Studio. It's 1/3 scale. This piece is phenomenal. It definitely ups the level, in my opinion. I think this is a better piece looking-wise than the Sideshow piece. They're both great, but again, this one just ups that level of realism. There's a rooted hair version, which I've always wanted a rooted hair version. There's also the sculpted hair, the tailoring, the jail cell scene. It just is a really neat piece. They've also announced that there's going to be a Batman that could stand behind it, so it's just a neat diorama piece, really. But to be honest, I didn't like the piece when it was first premiered. I think there was a lot lacking. I also feel like it's a little bit undersized. I'm anxious to see it in hand, to see if it actually does line up with 1/3 scale like they say. To me, it's a little under that. But I hope I'm wrong. But anyway, it's just a phenomenal piece, but it has changed my mind. I really think it's a great one. I love it. I would love to add something like that to my collection. I don't know if I will. I'm trying to stay away from movie pieces. But man, Queen Studio, what a company right now. They are on fire with what they're doing. And I do own the Queen Studio Joker bust. It's a really phenomenal piece. So again, I have a feeling the end product is going to be absolutely stunning. So a great number 7 pick. Coming in at number 6 then with 24 votes. I mean, look how close we are to the last one. But anyway, we have the Prime 1 Arkham Origins Joker. And this one is phenomenal. I do not have this piece. I had it on pre-order and I canceled once they announced the Arkham Knight. I do regret it at times. I don't have the space. I just don't have the space for 2 of those Jokers. But man, this thing is incredible. The exclusive on it was the Red Hood, and I mean, how cool is that? If you're a Killing Joke fan, come on. It's just perfect. The stairs are amazing. The swap outs, the head sculpts look great. And again, this was the Troy Baker version, so it was the Arkham Origins. So that was another reason I didn't go that route. I really wanted the Mark Hamill version. What a beautiful statue. I know a lot of people have had that over the years. I know even some of my friends just recently purchased it as well. But just a classic Joker statue, and it is phenomenal. It's tall, it's got the gun, there's different swap outs with a knife, and it tells a story. If a statue tells a story like that, it's worth picking up, and I can definitely see why it's number 6 on this list. It is a really fun statue. Okay, we're ready for number 5 then. And that would be another one that's in my collection. It's right over my shoulder. It is the OG Joker from Sideshow Collectibles, and it came in at 30 votes. This thing is held up. I mean, it came out in, I think, 2011, if I remember right. It is an absolutely phenomenal statue, still one of the best Joker head sculpts of all time. Of course, one of the nitpicks is that it's fabric. Not everybody likes the mixed media. Does it collect dust? Yes. Is that a problem? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's still, in my opinion, one of the best Jokers ever produced. And if you don't own it, or if you've never seen it in person, please do yourself a favor. Try to find it, because again, to see it in person is just absolutely outstanding. It is top to bottom awesomeness, and it is a classic premium format. That statue will never leave my collection. If it does, I will no longer be the Batman statue collector. I'm going to retire. But that one's going to stay, and it is absolutely phenomenal. I do challenge Sideshow to do a better one. I would love to see that. They have done a newer version. It's okay. It's great in its own aspect, but it doesn't even compare even a little bit to this one in my opinion. So I can definitely see why it's number 5. Man, what a beautiful, beautiful, epic, classic statue. All right, guys, so now we are ready for number 4, and it does clock in. The numbers are going to jump a little bit here with 47 votes, and it does come in at the Prime 1 Arkham Knight Joker. I own this piece. It is absolutely phenomenal. And like I mentioned just a little bit ago, it is the quintessential Mark Hamill piece if you are a fan of the game. Of course, he voices all of those games, and he is absolutely phenomenal, except for Origins. And of course, unless you have like an animated series bust or something like that, or a Kotobukiya statue, you just don't really appreciate the Mark Hamill stuff. And the Arkham Knight statue is just phenomenal. It has amazing head sculpts, different swap outs, really, really fun piece. It's got an amazing different base. It's a little bit different than all the other Arkham bases, which makes it stand out. The colors, the purples, and again, I think the head sculpts, once again, is what really speaks to me. If you don't have a good Joker head sculpt, you don't have a good Joker statue. That's just my opinion. And so the head sculpts really make it, just like the Sideshow piece and everything else I just mentioned. But I tip my hat once again. I'm going to say it again, Prime 1 Studio. Just an immaculate statue. It is so much fun. Is it 100% perfect? No, but it is a darn close 10. It's just because it's a really awesome, epic Joker piece. Definitely see why it's number 4 on our list. Okay, we're ready for number 3 then. Also with 47, it did rank it as number 3 on the list. This is the Tweeterhead Joker. This is another really amazing piece, sculpted by the amazing Paul Harding. It is a phenomenal Joker. I owned it for a while. I ended up selling it just because of the size. I just didn't want to collect that scale when I was collecting 1/3. But man, Tweeterhead Chad is on the money with this piece. The Superpowers line has been phenomenal, and that Joker with the carnival base and the smoke. Just an incredible art direction piece, and it's so great. The sculpts are amazing. Both head sculpts, the exclusive head sculpt was phenomenal. Just an amazing piece that really reflected that vintage superpower feel. And I can definitely see why this is number 3 on the list, because there haven't been a ton of amazing Jokers. This is definitely one of them. And I hope Tweeterhead does a whole bunch more Jokers. I've heard rumors that they're going to be doing some more Jokers, so stay tuned. But man, at the end of the day, that statue is right up there. It is absolutely fun and fantastic. Okay, we're ready for number 2 then. And this one again jumps up in the numbers. 62 votes. We have the Iron Studios Joker. Now, as of the recording, this one's not out. I do have this one on pre-order, and it has the classic Joker head sculpt, and it also has that, that gnarled, the mask where he takes his skin off and he attaches it to his head. It's utterly horrifying. It is terrifying. And of course, that is Greg Capullo at his finest. And this statue, I cannot wait to own it. It is an amazing statue that tells a story. It's got dynamite all over the base. And the thing I'm really excited about is the base is small, so it's not going to take up a lot of room. I love that Iron Studios did that. I am kind of tired of the oversized bases. I get why they are oversized sometimes for the support, but I'm very excited about this Iron Studios piece. And for a new piece that's not even out yet to rank number 2, that says a lot. That says a lot of how well it was executed. And I am not a fan of the classic Joker head sculpt. Not even a little bit. I know some of you out there are. But I love that masked, skinned version. It's creepy, it's terrifying, and it is one of my absolute all-time anticipated pieces. I cannot wait to own this piece. I just absolutely love it. Okay, absolutely love it. So we're getting ready for number 1. Let's go to some honorable mentions, okay? Here we go. I'm going to kind of go up. So with 5 votes, so some of these didn't have very many votes, but 5 votes, the Prime 1 Sinoko, I can never say it right, the Samurai Joker, basically their version of the Samurai Joker. And it is, I love this piece. I hope to someday have it in my collection. It's 1/4 scale. Beautiful, beautiful statue. So 5 votes for that. There's a whole bunch that had 7 votes. The new Joker bust, the life-size bust from Sideshow Collectibles. I love that statue. I think that it might end up in the Batcave at some point. I don't know where I would put it, but I love it. It's more cartoony for sure, but I think it's a phenomenal piece. Absolutely phenomenal. Also, number 7, we had the Sideshow Arkham Joker. So this is an older piece. This is the Arkham City version. fun statue. It's a really great statue. It's very, very skinny, very long legs, but it's a cool statue. We also have, with 7 votes, we have the Nightmare Joker. So another fun piece from Sideshow Collectibles. Really exciting piece. I've seen it in person. Again, it would be one that I would love to have, but where do I put him? Also with 7 votes is the XM Studio Joker. Now this is a smaller scale Joker, and it's a fun piece. I've seen it in person as well at Denver Pop Comic Con, and man, what a cool piece it is. Again, it's just not my favorite scale, but it's a really good Joker sculpt. And then the top of this list, the honorable mentions, is with 8 votes, and that would be the Sideshow Collectibles, the new premium format. So that's the one on the pogo stick. So it was only 2 votes shy of getting the top 10 list. So it was really close as well. I know a lot of collectors have it and love it. It wasn't my favorite look. I don't own it, so that says something. But at the end of the day, the classic Joker is still my favorite between those two. But what a great list of honorable mentions, don't you think? I mean, there's probably more that could be on this list because there have been some really great ones over the years, but this is what you out there in the group voted for, okay? So that means that we're ready for number 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the number 1 pick as voted on by you, the fans. Here it is with 111 votes, which blows everything else out of the water by far. This is literally one of the best statues that I've ever seen, and I cannot wait to add it to my collection. It is, of course, the Prime 1 Lee Bermejo Joker, and it is absolutely phenomenal. 1/3 scale. It is so realistic. It is literally taken directly from the comic books, and it looks just absolutely stupendous. It is amazing. And of course, Lee Bermejo is one of my favorite artists. So like I said, I cannot wait to add it to my Batcave. It is going to be a highlight, and I just cannot wait. It is just a phenomenal piece. Is it the greatest Joker statue of all time? Absolutely. It could very well be. But again, everything is subjective. This list was voted on by you. But I know that some of you out there might have a different list. So just like I did for the Batman list, I want you in the comments down below, please let me know what your list is. What are your top 5? Do you agree with this list or do you disagree? Are there statues on your list that we left off of this countdown? Please let me know. I would love to read them. I love to go back and read all of those comments and see which ones you like. Because again, what you like might be very different than what I like and what this person likes. And that's what makes this hobby so great. Art is always in the eye of the beholder. I cannot thank you guys enough for watching. I hope you enjoyed this list. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also in the comments down below, let me know if you want to do more lists like this. I've got a few more coming. I'm going to kind of give you a little teaser there. But we definitely have some more top 10 lists coming because they're a lot of fun to do and they're a lot of fun to talk about. And they're also fun to look at the statues. I mean, come on, that's why we're in this hobby, right? Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and also click that thumbs up button. And if you want to take it one step further, click that notification bell and make sure it is clicked to always on. A lot of times people don't know, but you have to do that up in the corner there. So anyway, thank you guys so very much. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. The Joker. Mwah.